Good morning. Today it is Saturday, which means it's park run day, and we are heading off to Evesham Parkrun to actually pace my girlfriend. So her current personal best is 29 minutes and 11 seconds, so we're going to be trying to beat that today at Evesham Parkrun. It's quite a flat one, there are grass sections, so I'm hoping it won't be too unstable on the grass. Apologies for the recording on the phone as well and all the banging around, and I'm not too sure how good the mic's going to sound. But if we do manage to beat 29:11, that'll be a big achievement for Beth, because that'll be her fastest park run time ever. One thing that has been quite annoying for her is she's managed to get 29:11 in both her last two park runs. So she did Clevedon Salthouse Field with me, and then she did, which one was it last week? Oh yeah, and then she did Berkeley Green with us last week, and she got exactly the same time of 29:11. So she's trying to just break that 29:11 time. It is actually Evesham's 400th event today. With it being the 400th event, it could get quite frustrating with how busy it is, and it might be quite tight on the path, so that may hinder us. We might not be able to get that PB time, but it should be good fun anyway. For celebrating any event, the volunteers are always in good spirit, and there's usually cake or something at the end too. So I'll do a quick summary of the course now, and then we'll go through some of Beth's best times. So a quick summary of the course then. It is a 2-lap course, half of which is on hard standing tarmac, the other half is on grass. It is very flat, as you can see in that top left hand corner, with an elevation gain of 0 meters and a max elevation of 22 meters. The grass sections can get quite boggy, however it hasn't rained a lot recently, so thankfully for us it was quite hard on foot. And as you can see, I'm now back in the office. We're going to take a look at what Beth's stats were previously to this park run, and as you can see, the number of park runs she has done is 22 with 20 different locations, so very high tourism percentage right now. The best finished position was 24th, and that was at Coed Kevin Poo D Park Run in South Wales. Her fastest time so far, as we have mentioned, is 29:11, so that is the one she's trying to beat. However, she could get on the leaderboard with this time anyway. She just needs to beat 30 minutes and 13 seconds, which I'm pretty sure she would be able to do. So we made our way to the front of the start line. Because we wanted to get a PB, we tried to get as close to the front as possible. We didn't want to be right at the front though, because with 400 people there, we know that the people right at the start are going to be sprinting for their lives just to get in front, and then we'll settle back into our pace. So we were in a great position on this far left hand side. Didn't really have anyone in front of us either, so we were able to start off at our pace, but let's hope that we can get under that 29:11 with Beth. I'm going to be trying to pace at 29 minutes, so that is my aim for this video, is so that I can try and get better at pacing too. But we're going to set off in 2, 1, and we are off. It was actually really difficult to hear the run director with all the barking and stuff in the background. You see a couple of doggos just there, and you can see, so rampage at the start, the pacers on that right hand side. So we didn't actually know there was going to be pacers on the day, but you can see on the right hand side there's pacers for different times. We'll talk more about the pacers later on, but it's been a decent start. We're currently running at a good pace. I need to be running at about 5:50 if we want to get to that 29-minute pace. So it's a decent start, and hopefully we can just keep this up to the finish. It was quite a quick one, because Beth was like, calm down, and because I obviously went off quite quick, because I'm used to going at my sort of pace. I had to tone it down a little bit, and then we'll get into our rhythm. So at this point you may be wondering, a 30-minute pacer, what are they doing in front of you if you're trying to get under 29 minutes? Now I was wondering the same thing at this point. I thought, God, this 30-minute pacer, are they going the right speed? Should I be going a lot quicker? But I couldn't see the 29-minute pacer at all in front of us, and I could see the 28 just a little bit further on, so I was very confused at this point, and it turns out that the 30-minute pacer was going pretty quickly, and the 29-minute pacer was going probably at the 30-minute pacer time, if not slower. So they actually had a pushchair too, so I can see why it would have been quite difficult to pace on the day with a buggy, especially with how busy it is, and the fact that the majority of it is, well, half of it is on grass. So it would be pretty difficult to pace at 29 meters with both 29 minutes with both of those restraints. You can see half the runners now on that right hand side heading their way back towards the start. They're on the concrete side, which is good.
and we are still on the grass. We're then going to do the loop there at the top and make our way back. But we're currently doing quite well, running at a pace of about 5:50 per kilometre, so we're a little bit behind schedule, but hopefully we can pick that up as the kilometres go on. So under the bridge we go, the volunteers cheering along. You can still see that 30-minute pacer just ahead of us. She is beginning to slow down a little bit, which is good because I think she did head off a little bit too quickly. I went in for a high five there, and I got completely blanked because I saw the person in front going for a high five, so I thought, oh, are we all doing it? But I got blanked. It was not his fault. He must have just missed seeing me. We're now going to pass that 30-minute pacer and try and head towards the 29-minute time. So we're currently running at about a pace of 5:50, which will get us about 29 minutes and 15 seconds. So we do need to speed up ever so slightly, and then we should be able to be alright by the time we hit the end. Beth also mentioned towards the start that she likes to go off quite, not go slowly, but she likes to pick up the pace in that second lap. So we did try and make the first lap a little bit slower than the second to see if we can try and get under 29 minutes. So that is 2 kilometers done, and that kilometer was a lot quicker. So we did that one at a time of 4 minutes and 42 seconds, whereas the first one was a 4-minute 50 kilometer. The main reason being this has been all on tarmac. So we need to make the most of this tarmac run here, because the next turn at the far end when we go onto the grass is going to be the most difficult part of this course. If you want any more information on the elevation and all the other information on my splits, you can check out the Strava in the description below. I've got a link to it so you can go and check that out. And this is the turn onto the grass. Now in the winter months when it's been very rainy, this can get really boggy. So I did it actually last Christmas. I did this part run on Christmas Day, and this was horrific. It was so boggy. I ended up getting a time of over 25 minutes because this section was really slow. You can see in some areas where it can get quite boggy, and you can see on that left hand side there was a puddle there. Now bearing in mind it's not rained in probably around a week, you can see how this could get pretty boggy once it has rained for a while. They sometimes actually do the return way actually on the path as well, so it gets very congested on that path that we just saw. But at the moment today, we are on the grass because it is fairly hard standing, and now you'll see our time slowly drop a little bit as this is a little bit softer than the concrete track. Still on time though for the sub 29 because we have picked up the pace, so we just need to hold it now. You may be able to see Eleanor in front of us with the Pershore Plum Plodders top on, and she actually won for the age grade percentage on the day. She came in first position. She is over 70, really impressive and big well done to her. And if you are enjoying these sort of reviews, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button too if you are new. We could try and get a part run video out every week, and I'm trying to get some more running videos going, so hopefully with the winter months and stuff, because it is getting quite dark, it's quite difficult to record, but I'm going to try and get a few out anyway. Maybe go for a run during lunchtime at work. Three kilometers down, and that was our slowest time yet. That was a 5:53 kilometer. At this point I was speaking to Beth and I was saying we do need to start picking it up if you want to get that sub 29 time. Thankfully our second kilometer was quick enough to outweigh the third kilometer, so we probably were on time right now for the 29 minutes. But I was trying to just make sure that she kept going. She did say though at the end she will go for the sprint finish, so that will probably help us out a little bit too. But right now we just need to keep at this pace and we should be safe for getting around her PB time of 29 minutes and 11 seconds. But come on, we can get sub 29. So we're back on the tarmac and need to make the most of it to try and speed up, and hopefully we should be alright. This was me again telling Beth we do need to start picking up the pace. 29-minute pacer was quite far behind us now, and so was the 30-minute pacer. So I was just going off my pacing, and I've never done pacing before, and I actually found it fairly difficult to keep my eye on the time, making sure I was running at the right pace, but we'll see by the end just how well we do. Kilometre 4 complete, and the fastest one yet with a time of 5:42. So kilometre 2 and 4 actually were both 5:42 times, which cancelled out kilometre 1 and 3, which is a great doggo there, pulling the lady off to the left hand side to go for a wee or a sniff, not too sure. But we are into the final kilometre now. Just need to keep at this pace, and we will be getting a new PB for Beth. But the question is, can we break 29 minutes? And with about 400 or 500 meters to go, we are at a time currently of 26 minutes. So here we go. Let's push it now to the end. We are on the grass. I was trying to get Beth to pick it up, but she said not quite yet. She can't sprint yet. So we are trying to just keep our pace up at that 5:40, 5:35 pace as we get closer to that finish line. I was trying to update Beth. I had the phone out, trying to update her to make sure she knew what the time was, so it's going to push her just that little bit faster to try and get to the finish line. But obviously this is the slow section with the grass. It's quite a nasty ending as it is all on grass, but no elevation. I can't complain about that. And there we go, so we are crossing the bridge for the final time. It is the final sprint to the finish line. Can she get sub 29? Here we go. So we're just picking up the pace now. I've told her it's not far to go because she's not run this one before, whereas I have ran this one before, so I had a much better knowledge giving the point to the finish line. And here we go. It is on the sprint finish. Will she be able to beat her time? Will she be able to get under 29 minutes is the real question. Pushing through this final bit, the finish line in the distance. It's all on grass. We are picking up the pace ever so slightly. I'm trying to keep her going, pushing her to the end. What time are we going to get though? That is the question. There we go, the big sprint finish. She goes ahead. Will she be able to do it? Sub 29. It looks like she will, and she does. So she manages to get a time there of 28 minutes and 56 seconds. Congratulations, a new PB for Beth, and the finish position was 177. So very well done to her. Now let's take a look at a summary of the run. So we've just finished the park run. I think we may have just managed to get under that 29 minutes. It might be around 29, just over. But it was quite confusing because the 30-minute pacer was actually going quicker than the 29-minute pacer. We didn't realise there'd be pacers on the day. But I think I did quite a good job of pacing 29 minutes, and we'll have to have a look at the times later. I did slow down a little bit at the end, because I was recording Beth, so hopefully she's managed to get just under 29. I also met up with the Guru Runs at the end, so I'll leave a link to his channel in the description below. I'll send a quick selfie. He's currently got a series where he's trying to get the best age grade percentage at the park run that he attends, but because this one had so many people, I think there might have been one or two other people that may have beaten him, is what he was saying to me at the end. And again, back in the studio, thank you very much for Guru Runs for giving me a little plug on his video too, so go and check that one out. He did a great run, came third place overall in that age grade percentage, which I was talking about on the day. I've now gone and watched that video. Great video, definitely recommend going to check that out. But let's take a look at what Beth's parkrun stats look like now since doing that run. So she's now done 23 parkruns with 21 different locations. So she's almost at her 25th quarter Cowl Club milestone. The best finish position stays the same, although she has now got her quickest time ever at parkrun, set at 28:56, which then knocks off Bath Skyline, so that is her new run to beat. If you did want any more information on Evesham Parkrun though, I did do another one on the channel, so go and check that out. I will leave it again in the description below. That one's got much more information on elevation, the course, how to get there, where to park, and much more. So definitely go and check that video out if you're thinking of attending. But overall, there were 414 runners, which is crazy. The biggest, I believe, that Evesham has ever had, because I'm sure their target was 400 on their 400th event, just to set a new record for them. But next week, I'm going to be back running at my time. I may go back to Southwick Country Park to try and get a sub 25 minutes, because I don't like seeing that one on my record as being over 25 minutes, so we may try and go knock that one off, or we may go and head to a new one in Swindon potentially. But if you did enjoy, don't forget to like and subscribe for more of this content, and if you want to go and check out last week's park run, which we did in Berkeley Green, that one is a very quick one, and that's on an old nuclear power station, so that was a pretty cool one to run around, so you can go and check that out. Or you can go and check out all of my other park runs, over 50 videos now in that worldwide park run playlist. So a final massive congratulations for Beth for smashing her PB and getting a sub 29 minute time, which is really impressive. And next week we'll be off to another park run, so don't forget to go and check out that video, and I'll see you all in the next one.